Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to Super Breakfast Friends Club.
It's the show where we are. Sorry.
But you should have known. Really, this is on you.
I feel like you had to make a concerted effort to find yourself here. So really, I'm not sorry.
It's almost been 150 times. By this point, you should know what you're getting into.
That's disgusting. That's not true. You just made that number up.
143, I think this episode is.
That's gross.
Yeah. Let's celebrate this round number. 143. Welcome. This is our 143rd episode spectacular.
Wow. Thanks for it, me.
Play the theme song. We watched Digimon
Yay.
Adventure. I like this show.
Yeah.
It's August, and whenever August rolls around, I think about Digimon.
I figured that was why we were doing that.
Yeah. Well, I think this episode will be coming out on August 2nd, and August 1st is the day they went to the digital world, so...
Oh, so we'll all be in the digital world when this comes out.
Yeah. This episode is the third one, and it's called Blue Wolf Garurumon.
Whoa!
And it's written by Reiko Yoshida, who we know already because she wrote do you remember the Digimon Adventure short film that we watched a long time ago?
Yeah.
Where there was babies?
There's babies and the big dinosaur that didn't talk and smashed everything.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, she wrote this one too.
There's a scary TV?
Was there?
Or a computer, I guess?
Oh, it's a computer.
Yeah.
The egg came out of it.
That's
and then
right.
it hatched in the sky, and a parrot came out.
How
and he
wacky.
was mean.
Yeah. Mean giant parrot.
Yeah. Who, if I remember rightly, was created just for that short and wasn't really in anything else.
Well, it was too evil. The people didn't like it. Didn't test well with audiences.
Anyway, this episode aired on March 21st, 1999 in Japan.
That's not August.
And it picks up right from where the last one left off.
Yeah. Remember the last one with Shellmon?
Yeah, did you?
Vaguely.
We get a decently comprehensive recap, so...
Yeah, I pieced it together.
Yeah, I did. When I was watching the recap, I was like, oh good, this will remind Mel what happened.
Me specifically.
Well, I've watched this show several times, so I
know.
kind of know. So they're all standing on a cliff looking out at the ocean, and Tai is wondering why Agumon is the only one who evolved. And he asks him, but he doesn't know.
No, they should know by now that these Digimon don't know anything.
Yeah, they're as clueless as they are about most of this stuff.
They're just dumb little babies.
I do enjoy that even Tentomon, who is the one who keeps giving them facts, is frequently like wrong about about stuff.
I do love that Ty questions it later in the episode.
Yeah. He's just confident. That's all it is.
Yeah. It's a life lesson for everyone out there. You don't have to be right, you just have to do it confidently.
So nearby, a couple of monochromons show up and start fighting each other.
Does that ever come back?
What? The monochromon?
Any of that. It felt like a loose end.
It's just to get them off the beach. That's all it's there for.
Because they're normally so docile. Let's progress the story elsewhere.
It's, I'm sure it's probably just so that they could be like, look, here's another Digimon.
Right. Go buy our toys.
Yeah, not really. Monochromon first appeared in the version 4 digital monster pet thing, which means that it could evolve from either Palmon or Biomon.
Wow.
So the plant or the bird
could
turn into this dinosaur. Yeah.
That's not a plant at all.
No? But what, is it a bird?
I mean, it's a dinosaur, so it's closer to a bird than a plant.
Yeah, but it's not the right kind of dinosaur, you know?
No. All dinosaurs are, were, and will forever be birds.
Even like Stegosaurus?
Especially Stegosaurus.
Okay, I didn't know. Yeah, so the kids run away while the monochromon are busy fighting each other over territory. And they just like tumble off a cliff.
Yeah.
I don't know why they included that shot.
That's what I'm saying. It feels like a loose end, this whole thing.
You think they tumbled off the cliff and then like merged together and became the Seedramon that we see later?
Maybe.
That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't need to. Okay, a trolley appears on a beach. That doesn't make sense, but we accept it.
Yeah, but that's a different kind. That's like that's the kind of no sense that makes sense in this world. We just saw a bunch of phone booths on the beach.
Yeah.
If anything, I think the train car is less strange than the row of endless phone booths.
I was a big fan of the row of endless phone booths. Just the haunted phones that go nowhere.
Yeah, no, I love them. I'm not saying they're bad.
No, I know. I'm just...
If anything, I think the train car is, like, disappointingly mundane in comparison.
They could go inside, there's seating, it doesn't try to kill them. Isn't full of ghosts?
Are you asking?
No,
Oh.
I'm saying it isn't full of ghosts.
Oh, it isn't? Okay, I thought you said is it.
Are there ghost Digimon?
Of course there are... Mel!
I just wanted to be sure, okay?
Okay.
I assume there was.
Yeah, how could there not
Wanted
be?
to know.
How could they call themselves digital monsters and not include a ghost?
I don't know.
I mean, there's many ghosts, but
I didn't write the Digimons.
Here's the classic Digimon ghost, the primary one.
Classic sheet ghost.
Yeah, Bakemon.
You have showed me him before, I remember now.
Yeah, I figured I would have. There's a whole episode about him, don't you worry.
Okay, I'll stop worrying. It was really keeping me up at night.
So, Mimi's tired. The sun's going down. Sora and Izzy are worried that it's getting dark. And this is where it hit me that everything that's happened in the show so far has happened in a single day.
Yeah.
I hadn't really thought about that. You don't tend to think very much about the passage of time between episodes in a TV show.
Especially something like this, which feels so much like Pokemon, where it's like, you could be gone for 2 weeks and not know it.
Yeah, like between every episode of Pokemon, I've got no idea how much time has passed.
They don't either.
The narrator's just like, this week Ash and his friends are lost in the snowy mountains, and like last week they were on a beach.
Right. Ash and his friends have been wandering for God knows how long. Let's see what they're up to.
Tentomon smells fresh water and leads them to a lake where they can camp for the night. Does fresh water smell of something?
I've heard of other things citing that there's a smell to fresh water. I mean, we just have puny human noses, so we probably can't smell it like an animal could.
Like, I wonder if, like, bugs really do, like, sniff out fresh water.
I mean, plants can find fresh water. Plants are crazy for that stuff.
Yeah, but they probably don't smell it.
You don't know. You never seen a sunflower with a giant nose?
No, I haven't seen that.
You're lost.
Yeah, I found someone on Reddit whose work is in humidity sensing or hygrosensation, and they work in insects. But yes, insects can smell fresh water, basically.
Yeah.
Or sense it, at least, in a way that we would almost understand as smelling it.
I think we can sense it too. If you're near a body of water large enough, you can probably sense a change in the humidity or something, or like a breeze from the lake or something like that.
I was just thinking, like, you fall in the lake and then you're soaking wet and you're like, I'm sensing there's water here.
Well, that's because you're dumb.
So this is Dragon Eye Lake from Digimon World. Remember we talked about how most of the locations in the beginning of the show come out of the Digimon World game? This is one of them.
I like it. I like all the power lines coming out of the water. It looks cool.
Yeah. In the game, once you have an amazing rod, you can fish up Seadramon, and he'll take you to Beetle Land.
Beetle Land? Yes. Is it full of beetles?
Yeah, it's on the other side of the lake. Did you sound disappointed when you found out it was full of beetles?
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
I mean, I guess there's technically a dragon in this lake.
Yeah, and he does have eyes.
It's true.
Yeah, I like the pylons sticking out of the water. That's cooler than the train.
Yeah, the train's lame.
Yeah, there's just a train sitting on a little island. The train will end up being very important at the very, very end of the show. This train is how they get home.
I knew it.
So, well, actually, I guess there's a few different ways that they get home over the course of the show, but this is the final way that they get home.
Yeah.
And I guess that's poignant that the place they slept on the first night they spent in the digital world is how they end up getting back. Probably why they did it.
This show's so deep.
It's deeper than it should be, to be fair. There's a lot, like, not so much in the beginning. The beginning is very just like Monster of the Week stuff. But as you get to like partway through the show, there's a lot of really kind of like gets into the psyche of some of these kids in a way that you don't expect.
I mean, I've heard you talk about this show for 20 years, so I know it's not just a Monster of the Week show.
Right.
I'm genuinely interested in it. That doesn't mean I can't make fun of it.
Well, in the beginning, it's just a Monster of the Week show.
Right.
And that's where we're at now. But yeah, this train carriage is here. The lights on it turn on. There's nobody here. It's very clean. It looks completely new. So they decide to sleep in it.
That's what I'd do.
Yeah, like a little homeless person sleeping on the train.
You don't have to worry about snakes.
Yeah.
Digital snakes.
Well, yeah, that's true. Although I feel like you're never worried about snakes.
I mean, when you're sleeping and a snake slithers unbidden, that's different.
Yeah, when it slithers up and says, "Could I be any more snakes?"
Listen, if it woke me up to say that, I would have a problem. I do not take kindly to being woken up. Be like, oh, snakes! Couldn't this have waited for the morning?
So Izzy's fishing. Sora and Joe are collecting firewood. The Digimon are foraging for fruits and berries.
We get to see how they're all helpful in their own digital way.
Yeah. Yeah, Palmon's showing Mimi which mushrooms are safe to eat. Agumon gets the campfire going.
The bird can fly.
That's true. I really like the drawing of Tai trying to hold his fish in the fire. Matt comes over and shows him how to cook a fish properly. Because he was just going to ruin it.
Why is he so good at survivalism? Do we find out?
I don't know. Maybe we do, and I just don't remember.
I'm a big brother. Of course I know how to cook a fish on a campfire.
Oh, you know what? I think I do remember. I think he's good at cooking because he lives with his dad, and his dad is always working really late. He works at the Fuji TV station. I think he's a journalist or something. And Matt does most of the cooking for the two of them.
Gotcha.
So I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
I feel like most Japanese children are just better cooks in general.
Well, not Tai. So the sun goes down and they enjoy their meal together. And Matt's offering to debone TK's fish for him. And there's a little bit of it's kind of like come up a couple of times by this point. But it's a big thing in the show. Because Tai gets on very easily with younger kids, Matt often feels like Tai is like better for TK than he is.
Yeah.
We get a tiny little taste of that here.
So I know we've talked about this in previous episodes, but remind me how they handled the brother thing in the English version again.
We'll get to that when we talk about the dub at the end, because there's a lot of stuff to say about it.
Okay.
But yeah, there's this conversation. Were you thinking about this conversation between Tai and Sora here?
Between Tai and Sora, and then also later when Matt explicitly states that they're brothers.
Yeah, because here, Tai goes away from the group to Sora and asks what she knows about Matt and TK, because TK calls him Oni-chan, but they have different family names. So, are they brothers or what? He doesn't get it. But Sora doesn't know either, so there's no light shed on it here.
Thanks for wasting 30 seconds of my life, Digimon.
Joe has been looking for the North Star or the Southern Cross, and he can't find either of them. So they can't use the stars to figure out where they are.
So they're not on Earth.
Yeah, that's what that would imply. If they're not in the Northern or the Southern Hemisphere.
Clearly, they're in the Eastern.
Yeah, what if they're in, like, they're seeing only half of each hemisphere, and he only recognizes the other half that he's not seeing?
I don't know if it works that way, but
I think it does, if you're, like, right on the equator.
That just makes me think that you look up to find a North Star and only half of it is visible as it clips and wraps around the map.
Yeah, exactly. And it's right behind a mountain. It's yeah, because of the way it's wrapping, it's just become a line on the horizon.
Yeah.
So the Digimon are falling asleep. Tai is sleepy too, but Izzy suggests that they need someone to keep watch, so they start sorting out a turn order. But Tai says the girls can stay out of it, and Matt says TK can stay out of it too.
Yeah, he's like 4 years old. You shouldn't put him on watch.
Well, he wants to do it.
I know he wants to, but
also,
would you trust a 4-year-old with your life?
I wouldn't trust any of these children. They're like, the oldest one is only like 10.
Yeah, but he takes his job really seriously. I'd trust him.
This is part with Tai teasing Gabumon, where he asks to use his pelt as a blanket, and he says he wants to see what's underneath. And that reminded me that there actually is official art that exists of what he looks like underneath the pelt.
Yeah, I think I saw it earlier. It was weird.
Yeah, it's weird. He's just a little lizard thing.
Yeah.
He's not actually any kind of wolf at all. He's just wearing a wolf pelt.
He's just skinned one.
Yeah, he's just skinned a Garurumon and he's wearing its pelt.
And then he can turn into one? Yeah. That's weird.
Yeah, that's how it works. So Matt defends Gabumon from Tai's teasing a little bit too aggressively. And they almost fight for the first time. That's something they'll be doing a lot.
Yeah, just like me and you in our hot-blooded rivalry.
Yeah. Are you the Matt?
Maybe.
Like, there's no doubt that I'm the Tai. He's probably the character who's most like me of any fictional character I've ever seen.
I do relate to Matt being very tsundere.
And being easily annoyed by Tai.
And not knowing how to talk to children.
Yeah, I can't remember if we talked about it when we did one of the other episodes, but Tai is like so exactly what I was at that age that it's like almost spooky. I've never encountered another character who's that close to who I was at that age. I would have been trying to hold the fish in the flames.
You would have been trying to strip naked Gabumon.
Well, I would have been teasing him, yeah, for sure. So Ty's got first watch. Matt says he wants the second watch. Everyone else goes to sleep in the train. And we get to hear some of their worries as they close their eyes to go to sleep. And Izzy's main worry is that he's going to have to spend all day tomorrow with these people too.
People are exhausting. I get it.
Yeah, I don't think... We know that he's already friends with Ty, but I don't think he knows the others very well.
Izzy's the technology nerd, right?
Yeah, he and Ty are best friends. But
he just wants to be in his room playing Digimon.
Yeah.
And he has to be outside with these weirdos.
Yeah, I like I said, I don't think he really... Because he's the year below most of these kids. He and Mimi are in the same class, but it's pretty clear that he and Mimi don't really know each other. They're not running in the same circles. But I think he only really knows Ty and doesn't really know the others that well yet. Ty's in class with Matt and Sora. So Matt tells Gabumon to go sleep with TK to keep him warm.
He says that Gabumon's keeping him too hot.
That's right.
To go snuggle up on somebody else.
Yeah, but Gabumon sees through it. He knows what the real reason is.
Shut the hell up, Gabumon.
And TK, when Gabumon snuggles up next to him, TK wakes up and just glances over at Matt, and Matt gets embarrassed and looks away. It was cute. I liked that moment.
Yeah, he's a good brother.
Ty is regretting taking the first watch because he wants to go to sleep. So he goes to splash some water on his face and steps on what looks like a big weird leaf.
But it jiggles.
It does a little jiggling. But Matt's also up and about because he couldn't sleep, and he apologizes to Ty for earlier, and Ty apologizes too. And Matt says he's always like this, and maybe that's why TK seems to get along with Ty better. And this is where they finally explain the home situation.
Yeah.
Matt and TK are brothers, but their parents are divorced, so they're living separately. And I guess TK took his mom's name and Matt took his dad's name. Which is, I don't know, I guess that could happen. But it seems like an odd thing to do.
It doesn't. Because, I've heard stories about people, wives that didn't take their husband's last name, and then sometimes they get shit when they have to go pick their kid up from something. So it's I don't know. You guys have different last names.
Yeah, I suppose.
Could just be a logistics thing.
Could be. Yeah, but also, the whole situation feels a bit odd to me. Where it's we're getting divorced, so pick which kid you like, and I'll pick which kid I like.
It does seem weird, but, I don't know, maybe they thought it would be easier to handle one kid each instead of one person having two. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. I feel because it's a joint custody situation, but usually in a joint custody situation, one person has both kids at a time, rather than this situation where it's just well, I don't really like the older one, so you take him.
That one's annoying. Give me this one.
Yeah, I'll take the younger one. Whatever.
Take the older one. He's mostly out of the house.
But yeah,
What are you, 9?
I guess, I don't know. I guess different people have different family situations. Maybe it works for them. It doesn't seem like it's working for Matt so well, but...
Yeah, he seems to have gotten the short stick in that one.
Yeah, he doesn't seem too happy about the whole situation. So he runs away abruptly to the mainland and starts playing his harmonica.
Listen, if I'm trying to sleep and some ding-dong starts playing the harmonica, and I just wake up to the wailing siren of that thing, I'm gonna smash it. I'm gonna smash it!
Yeah. This is where you and I are different. I can sleep through almost any sound.
No, I can't. I have so much trouble staying asleep. I have a lot of trouble staying awake. I will fall asleep in 5 minutes, but if you so much as breathe too loud, I am awake and mad about it.
Yeah, we are complete opposites on that, because it takes me forever to get to sleep, but then once I'm asleep, if I get woken up, I'll fall back asleep, no problem.
Mm-mm.
It's just the first sleep that I really struggle with.
I struggle to stay away from falling asleep.
Yeah.
It's so easy.
No, not for me. But once I'm there, Like I wake up in the morning all the time, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna have 5 more minutes, and then I'll do that like 17 times.
Nope, can't do it. Which has been a real problem lately because I've been waking up at like 5, and I'm like, well, I don't have to be awake for nearly 2 hours, and I can't go back to sleep. So,
Oh, there you go then.
Yeah.
Well, Gabumon shows up to accompany Matt, presumably leaving TK cold.
Yeah, but we see him again in like the next scene, and he looks fine.
Yeah, but Gabumon was given a directive that he's abandoned his post.
He was given the directive to warm him up, and I think he did that.
Yeah, you think he's done?
Yeah, he wasn't given the directive to stay there all night.
Well, maybe he should have been.
Well, no, because TK's got his little flappy ear friend, and they look very snuggly and cute together.
That's true. Little flappy ear friend.
There's too many characters, and we're switching between English and Japanese names. I am never going to learn who any of these people are.
Right, you're right. I'm sorry. I prefer the Japanese names, but I just kind of like default to the English ones anyway. So people know who I'm talking about. You're more familiar with the Japanese ones though, probably, right?
Yeah.
So what? TK is Takeru, Matt is Yamato,
yeah.
Izzy is Koshiro, but all the others are basically the same.
Yeah.
Just Tai is Taichi, but there's still a Tai in there. The thing is, they all do still have the same names in the English version. I know we talked about this in the first episode we did.
Right.
Like, TK is supposed to be short for Takeru, Matt is supposed to be short for Yamato, and Izzy comes from Koshiro's family name, which is Izumi. Like, in all the merchandise and stuff, when they list the characters' full names, they actually do write the Japanese name. The only one that was actually changed is Taichi, because his family name is Yagami in Japanese and Kamiya in English for some reason.
Why?
I don't know. I remember reading... We maybe talked about this before as well, but I remember reading that it was like possibly because they misread the kanji or something.
Oh.
But I don't know. I didn't find a concrete answer. Anyway, Ty's watching the fire and listening to Matt play the harmonica. He pokes the fire and it sparks and a stick flies out and lands on the leaf. And then the whole world goes batshit for a couple minutes.
Oh no! It's almost as though that red leaf isn't a red leaf at all.
Seadramon is here now.
No!
Seadramon was one of the original Digimon, one of the adult level pets you could get in the very first release.
Who does he evolve from? The seal?
That means he evolves from Agumon or... What was the other one in there? Betamon, maybe? Hang on. God, I did a print of all the Digimon from the first one, but now I can't remember what I drew on it. Yeah, okay, so the child level Digimon in the first release were Agumon and Betamon. Betamon isn't one of the ones that these kids have. I'll send you a picture of him. He's like a mohawk frog.
Oh, he's cool.
Yeah. It's kind of a shame that he's not one of the ones that these kids have. I feel like all of the original set of like child Digimon should be represented here, but they're not.
Yeah.
I think it's because they wanted to have a few from like the second generation that were just coming out at the time.
Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like we see that in every single show that we cover.
Yeah. Because, yeah, Gomamon and Tentomon as well, I think, were all part of like the second series that were coming out.
Gotcha.
A few others as well, but I can't think of who they are right now. Agumon, Gabumon, Patamon, Biomon, and Palmon were all the original ones. So any others that I didn't just mention were part of the second generation that were upcoming at the time.
Okay.
So yeah, it turns out the leaf was Seadramon's tail all along, and it's embedded in the island for some reason. That's not explained.
No, like, it appears to be stuck in the island somehow. It's dragging it around unintentionally.
That's the thing, because, like, however it got in there, it's wedged in tight enough that when it swims away, it pulls the island with it.
Yeah.
So I feel like has it always been there?
I don't know. It seemed to dislodge relatively easily. Like, there was never a point where they're like, oh, its tail is stuck. We have to get it out. It was just already free.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we see, like, the earth crumble away from around it when it pulls it loose, but...
Yeah, that's already after it's dragged the island halfway into the center of the lake, though.
Yeah, I don't know. It's odd. It does feel like there should be some explanation as to how that happened, but I don't think there ever is. As always, Tentomon explains to them that Seadramon is a very nice Digimon who would never hurt them.
I think Tentomon just believes the best of all Digimon to his detriment.
If I remember rightly, pretty much through this entire opening arc, every time they meet a Digimon, he's like, oh, don't worry, he's a good guy and he'll never do anything, and then he attacks them.
Right, he's chomping on him as he's saying that.
Yeah, and I think that continues right up until they meet Ogumon. And then someone is like, let me guess, he's really nice and friendly. And Tentomon's like, no, not this one.
This guy sucks.
Oh, I can't wait for Ogumon.
What do you mean?
I love Ogumon. He's great. Once Seadramon pulls its tail free, they all realize that was its tail. And they understand what happened.
It's just a little itty bitty bird. Why is he so bad about it?
They've been stepping on his tail all day.
Yeah, I feel like the first time somebody stepped on my tail would have been when I got upset. The fact that it continued, I don't know. He's not too bothered about it.
I would be the opposite. The first time I'd be like, well, okay, that's fine. That was clearly a mistake. But the more it happened, the more I'd be like, you know what?
And then they put a cigarette out on your tail.
Yeah, that was crossing a line. So the island has been moved. Seadramon's pulled it out to the middle of the lake. Matt and Gabumon jump in the lake to swim after it. All the Digimon are attacking Seadramon. It's not doing a damn thing.
I'll use tiny itsy bitsy useless fire attack.
Tickle beam!
Kiss ray!
Furious smooch!
Cuddle time! Quick, throw this soft blanket on him.
Sing a lullaby.
Hey, sing is very effective, okay?
I know I gave my... See, when I trained my Wigglytuff, I wanted it to have sing, because it's iconic that it has sing, right?
Right.
But I had to give it what is it? Whatever lens it is that increases accuracy, because sing isn't that accurate.
No, it's not. Well, any of the sleep ailments except for Spore have really low accuracy because sleep can be busted.
Yeah, that's true.
It's one of the things that I agree with in competitive Pokemon rules, a sleep clause.
So what is the sleep clause?
You can only put one opponent Pokemon to sleep at a time. So you can't just put the whole team to sleep and spam attacks.
Okay. Well, Agumon tries to evolve, but he can't, and he doesn't know why. So I think they had come to the conclusion that it was about eating in the last episode.
Oh yeah, because they had just found those like berries and stuff, and he was the one that ate the most.
Well, he was the one who ate all of the supplies, the like emergency
That's right.
rations that they had with them. So they figured since he was the one who ate all of that, that's the reason he was the one that could evolve. But now they've all had a pretty good meal and he can't, so that's obviously not what it was after all. Although I think that is still part of it. There's definitely an element of like, I can't evolve because I'm hungry later on in the show.
I mean, that's me every day. If I'm too hungry, I am not going to evolve.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's a reason that caterpillar was so hungry. Matt's close. He's almost swum all the way there, but Takeru falls in the lake.
Oh no, you idiot!
But Gomamon saves him. I like that. I thought that was cute.
Yeah.
I don't know why it feels like novel when a Digimon that has absolutely no connection to a kid saves that kid instead of their own one. Like Joe's Digimon just unprompted rescues Takeru for no reason, and I'm like, that's nice.
Well, I know I've been traveling with these children for a long time, but that one's not mine, so he can drown for all I care.
Yeah, well, a lot of the time they only do stuff if their kid tells them to. But I guess Gomamon has always been the more proactive of probably out of all of these Digimon. Gomamon's the most proactive one because Joe ain't gonna tell him what to do, so he's got to figure it out on his own.
Well, that and he's the only one that can deal with the water especially well.
Yeah.
You're not going to send Palmon in there to save him.
You might. It would be a mistake. But
I mean, maybe if they use their tentacles, pull them up.
Yeah, maybe. Anyway, as Gomamon takes Takeru to safety, Yamato and Gabumon try to get Seadramon's attention. But Yamato gets grabbed.
Oh no.
And he's getting squeezed.
I don't quite understand. I mean, maybe I'm just misinterpreting the way the drawing looks. It just looked like there was something wrapped around the tail. Like, confining him to the tail as opposed to the tail itself wrapped around him.
It's a very, flat ribbon-like tail, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like seaweed.
Yeah. I don't know if the tail is normally supposed to be that flat. It does look like he's all wrapped up in a ribbon. And Gabumon thinks about how he'll never get to hear Yamato's harmonica again. And then Braveheart starts playing.
Oh, yeah.
You know what that means.
It's time to digivolve.
So Gabumon becomes Garurumon and chomps on Seadramon for a while. They do a fight. It goes on for a bit.
Yeah. He doggy paddles back and forth for a while. Seadramon hurts himself with recoil damage.
Yeah, he just keeps cutting himself on Gabumon's fur. And then Tentomon explains that the fur's made of mithril. But then they ask what mithril is, and he's like, I don't know. I just heard it.
It's legendary. Why would I know anything about it?
And that's where Tai starts to doubt Tentomon's knowledge. Seadramon freezes Garurumon solid with Ice Arrow, but Garurumon breaks out of it and hits it with a Foxfire and wins the fight.
Yeah.
And now this part confused me because suddenly it's like midday sun.
Yeah, they fought the moon back.
So one of two things happened. Either the sun appeared in the sky very suddenly, out of nowhere, or it took Gabumon all night to swim back to shore. Because he's just getting out of the water. It's midday sun and he's just getting out of the water from the fight.
Maybe he had to swim off all that excess energy so that he would devolve back into Gabumon.
Maybe he lost his pelt in the water and he had to go find it.
I can't get out of here naked, they'll all laugh.
But they're still trapped on the island in the middle of the lake.
Don't worry, our old friends are here.
I love the marching fishes.
I love that they just slowly rise out of the water.
I love that there are model sheets for the marching fishes.
Yeah.
I know we talked about it before, but I think about them all the time. Yeah, they have very specific set designs.
Yeah.
For what the marching fishes look like. And they've stuck to them. Like, all the trading card art and everything uses those specific 5 fish that I think were designed for this show. They're great.
They're pretty good. I like the yellow one.
I think my favorite is the pink one, but I like the red one a lot too. They're all good. They're all good fish. It's a shame we never really get a very good look at them in the show because they're always in such a huge crowd. But I just love that they weren't just like, yeah, just draw a bunch of fish.
No, draw a bunch of these specific fish.
These are the 5 fish that we want you to draw 2,000 of.
I better not see anything different.
You come at me with a purple fish, you're out the door.
Fired.
Orange fish? No, that is not one of the 5 colors. You give me a blue fish that doesn't look like a Yakuza shark, you're fired. So they're back at the shore now. Everyone is still tired, but they have figured out that it seems like a Digimon can only evolve if their partner kid is in danger. And I think it has to be mortal danger too.
Oh, so those kids absolutely would have died?
I think so. I mean, he was going to get the life squeezed out of him.
Yeah, that's what Tentomon says, and who can trust that guy?
That's true. That is true. Come to think of it, both of them evolved when their partner was being squeezed by a tentacle or a tail of some kind. So maybe they can only evolve if their child is being squeezed.
By a tentacle.
Or a tail of some kind.
Some kind of rope-like appendage.
You gotta squeeze that evolution out. Squeeze the evolution juice out of the child.
Then your Digimon has to drink it up, and then they get big. Squeeze out the adrenochrome.
I was gonna say it, but I didn't wanna.
It's too late, it's out there.
Everybody falls asleep. Matt plays his harmonica further away from the others with Takeru and their Digimon, and Tai watches him from behind a tree and smiles. And that's the end.
Oh boy.
He's a brother now.
And then we get a preview. Everyone's brothers.
Yeah, the preview, we will learn that next week it's Biomon's turn to evolve.
I'm gonna be real with you. I don't like a bird with pointy outside teeth.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Birdramon either, but I am a big fan of Meramon, who is the villain of the next episode.
But now don't we have to talk about the dub?
Yeah, you ready?
I am dying to know.
I've got almost as much text about the dub as I have about the original here.
That doesn't sound good.
Champions! Digimon, digital monsters, Digimon are the champions! Change into digital champions to save the digital world! Digimon, digital monsters, Digimon are the champions! Digimon, digital monsters, Digimon are the champions! Digimon into champions! Digimon into ultimate. Digimon, digital monsters, Digimon are the champions. Digimon, digital monsters, Digimon are the champions. Digimon, digital monsters, Digimon.
So, the dub episode is just called Garurumon, which is fine. Japanese shows tend to have just like an announcement of some kind, which I feel like doesn't play as well in English. Just being like, Blue Wolf,
Yeah.
Garurumon. That doesn't work as well in English as it does in Japanese.
Yeah.
So shortening it to just Garurumon, I think, is fine. This episode aired August 28th, 1999, which is a shorter gap than Pokemon episodes had between getting dubbed. All of the music has changed, including Matt's harmonica song.
What does it change to?
It's just like a happier harmonica song.
Why?
I don't know. It's weird. The first time he's playing it, it's a much happier song, like a jauntier song, which I thought really changed the tone. Because in the Japanese version, he only ever plays the one song on his harmonica. Every time he plays it, it's the same song, and it's kind of a like sad, like bluesy song.
Yeah.
And it's important, like that tone is important to a lot of the episodes that he plays it in.
Right.
But in this, each time he plays it, it's a different song. The first one, it's kind of a happy song.
What a wonderful sound!
And then when he plays it again at the end, it's really just kind of like random sounds with a harmonica.
Big bro, you're the best.
It's not really a song at all.
But, like, it's not really a happy song kind of time. The children are stranded and sleeping on a beach. Why would you play a happy song?
I know. It's an odd choice. So there's a lot of dialogue changes, and I didn't write down all of them, only the ones that like really changed the meaning of what was being said.
Right.
At the beginning, instead of trying to figure out why Agumon was the only one who evolved, Tai asks Agumon why he didn't just stay as Greymon forever. And Agumon's like, I can't do that. I don't have that kind of power. But it's like just a completely different thing than what he was asking.
Right.
Mimi, I don't like dub Mimi. We've talked about this before, but it continues.
The Mimi problem escalates.
Yeah, she can't just say she's tired in the dub. She has to comment that she only walks this far if she's at a mall.
Because she's a girl, Mike.
I know, they need us to know that.
It wasn't clear until she said that.
Agumon and Palmon's conversation with her about different types of legs is instead a conversation about taking off your shoes and walking with bare feet.
Okay.
It's fine. It's just completely different. Here's one that really changed things, though. When Yamato wanted them to stop because he said everybody has walked far enough for one day, in the dub, he wants everyone to keep walking and stop complaining, which is the exact opposite of what he said in the original.
He really cracks the whip in English.
Oh, he's a dick in the English version. I really didn't like him in this episode in English. There's when they're inside the train car, there's a couple of shots of Tai which are reused, and it's really weird because he doesn't say anything of value in them.
Yeah.
They reuse the first shot when he comes in and sees the train car. They reuse it later on in the scene just to have him say something's wrong. And then at the end of the scene, there's a shot where he's talking and it pans across to other kids on the seats. And then at the end of the scene, it cuts back to him talking at the beginning of that shot, just so he can say, "That's right, I forgot," to them saying that they were hungry.
I forgot that we have stomachs.
It's like, why did you need to add these extra shots just to have him say things that don't matter? Was the episode 4 seconds too short?
Maybe, because there was nothing unclear about the original.
No. It's just really strange. The mushroom part. In the dub, Palmon says all the mushrooms are bad.
Oh.
Yeah, there's no, these ones are okay to eat. It's just, these mushrooms are all poisonous. Don't eat any of them.
Yeah, maybe they were afraid that children would go out into the woods.
That's what I was thinking. I think that's the most likely explanation. Matt and Tai are much meaner to each other in the dub than they were in the original. But I feel like we see that so often in anime dubs, that the characters in general are meaner.
Yeah.
The fish deboning conversation is instead TK talking about how he's not usually allowed to eat with his hands, and Matt and Tai tell him it's okay.
Okay.
And now the part that you want to know about.
Yeah.
Since in the dub we already know that Matt and TK are brothers, the conversation between Tai and Sora about their relationship is instead about how Tai thinks Matt isn't a very good brother.
Oh.
Yeah, he's like,
Matt doesn't treat TK like a brother, only like he's a bother. Is it just me, or have you noticed that too?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. And then Sora says that Matt is still learning how to be a brother. But like, yeah, it's like a complete change from the original, because in the original, the reason they are trying to figure out what's going on is because Matt is being so brotherly.
Right.
But now here, the whole conversation is like, he's a really bad brother. It's really strange.
He cares so much about his little brother. What an idiot.
Another thing, I don't understand why they changed this, but so in the original, Joe's stargazing has ruled out them being in either hemisphere. But in the dub, he says he's ruled out them being in the northern hemisphere, so maybe they're in the southern hemisphere.
Why?
I don't know.
It doesn't add anything except it tells us that Joe is dumb.
It doesn't add anything except that it removes the clarity that they're not on Earth.
Right.
Because now it's like, well, maybe we're just in Australia.
Whoops, I hate when I wake up in Australia.
When they're talking about keeping watch, Tai doesn't exclude the girls from it in the dub, which is fine.
Everybody works.
But when he's asking Gabumon for his pelt in the dub, instead he says that Mimi's gonna steal it.
Why?
I don't know, because she's the fashion girl, I guess. I don't know why.
But doesn't Tai like physically try to grab it off of him?
Yeah.
But that's still Mimi, I guess.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I'm doing this for Mimi. Just let go.
They changed all the worries that the kids have as they're going to sleep. I feel like in the dub, most of them just complained about each other instead of like worrying about monsters or whatever.
Don't let the monochromon bite.
Thanks for reminding me, TK.
I hope I don't get any monster cooties.
Right.
But Izzy is the one that stood out to me specifically because Koshiro in the original was worried about having to keep socializing the next day because it's hard for him, which I thought was like a believable worry that a shy kid might have.
Right.
In the dub, he's worried about aliens.
Why is there a trolley here? Maybe it's the aliens. Maybe they knew we needed it.
Also a believable worry a shy kid might
Well,
have.
maybe. But it's different. When Matt sends Gaibumon to snuggle up with TK, they added TK thanking him. Like when he glances over at him, he actually says thank you in the dub.
Just in case it wasn't clear.
Yeah, it didn't feel necessary, but I don't feel like it ruined the moment, but it definitely took away some of the subtlety of it, I thought.
Yeah.
Matt and Tai are really overtly aggressive with each other, and I want to put in I'm going to put in the clip of them talking. The scene where, when Ty's splashing water on his face and Matt apologizes to him.
Yeah.
They're really nice to each other in that scene in the Japanese version. It's like a quite sweet, tender moment between these two boys.
They're reconciling.
Yeah. They are so aggressive to each other in the dub in that moment. I think they do still apologize, or Matt at least still apologizes, but the tone is just like so different, and it's a shame.
Who's there? Oh, Matt. Don't you think I can handle this?
I couldn't sleep.
Oh, and why not?
So aggressive.
Yeah. Matt does not say that their parents are divorced in the dub. Instead, he says that he and TK are half-brothers, which they are not.
Okay, that's the part I was unclear about.
Okay.
I couldn't remember if the dub tried to act like they weren't brothers at all or something.
No.
Like if they're cousins and they're definitely not lesbians.
The thing is, they are not half-brothers, and the dub itself will also contradict this later. The thing is, I think at this point, because they were translating this show fairly quickly after the Japanese airings, I don't think that the dub writers knew at this point that the show was ever going to show the kids' lives on Earth.
Right.
Because they make a lot of edits like this that they end up having to contradict later on, I seem to remember. Like, I know there's one of these early episodes, Mimi talks about her younger brother in the dub, and she has no younger brother. She's an only child. So then when they get back to Earth and there is no younger brother, they're just like, well, I hope the kids don't remember that we said there was. There's a few other things like that, I feel like.
I mean, it's got to be hard to translate something that hasn't fully released like that. Like, you got to give them notes or something.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, it probably is better to just wait until the show's done. I feel like these days they probably have a lot more involvement in like the overseas.
Yeah.
But these days I feel like they wouldn't get away with changing the script this much.
No.
These days the studio in Japan would probably be making them keep it closer to the original. Tai complains about Matt's harmonica song in the dub, which I thought was a shame, because in the original I got the sense he was enjoying it.
Yeah, it seemed like everybody was.
Yeah. He's just watching the fire and listening to the song. It's that shot where we just see the back of Ty's head as he's watching the fire. They added a line where he's like bitching about the harmonica song.
Goddamn racket across the lake getting in the way of my fire gazing.
In the dub, Tentomon is the one who takes the blame for angering Seadramon instead of Tai and Agumon.
Tentomon only steps on the tail after he's already angry.
Yeah, okay, so they seem to be playing it off like he's not angry yet at that point in the dub.
Okay.
Because in the dub, when Seadramon is pulling the island away, Tentomon says that he hasn't noticed them yet, despite the fact that he has already roared at them by that point.
Right.
They also spend a lot of the dub talking about how stupid Seadramon is.
He's pulling us along by his tail. I don't even think he realizes we're here.
Perhaps not. He's a bit dense. As long as he doesn't see us, we should be safe.
I don't suppose we could trick him into taking us back.
Seadramon may be a bubble brain, but once he finds his prey, he won't let go.
Why?
I don't know.
this dumb idiot with his tail in an island. Stupid idiot.
They also, in the dub, every time there's talk of Gabumon going in the water, he's concerned because he's going to stink once he's been in the water.
And smell like wet dog.
Yeah. So when Matt has been grabbed, instead of thinking about how he's never going to hear Matt's harmonica again, Gabumon thinks that he doesn't understand anything that's happening, but his fur is going to get wet and stinky.
I'm glad you care about me so much, Gabumon. I'm glad you're so situationally aware.
Yeah. I did laugh when he says he doesn't understand anything that's happening. I was like, okay, Gabumon, it's pretty straightforward, but all right. And they're calling Seadramon stupid.
Right. This guy just swam an entire lake and doesn't understand why.
And they also changed the name of the attacks that get used during the fight. Seadramon's Ice Arrow is called Ice Blast in the dub, and Garurumon's Foxfire is called Howling Blaster, which it will be called for the rest of the show. Yeah, Howling Blaster doesn't sound that good, right? I don't know why they changed that.
No.
They changed Agumon's Baby Flame to Pepper Breath, and I was like, okay, I can see why maybe they wouldn't want it to be called Baby Flame, but like Foxfire was fine.
Right. Howling Blaster sounds like they're trying too hard.
Yeah, it sounds like a gun.
Foxes aren't masculine enough. He has a blaster.
I can't remember what. Do you remember what Gabumon's attack is called?
Doesn't he also have like a petite flame or something?
Is it Petite Fire?
It might be.
It is, yeah.
It's gonna take me a while.
Yeah,
to... Okay.
Petite Fire, because they changed that to Blue Blaster for the dub as well, and it left a lot of confusion, because I think a lot of people thought that Blue Blaster was an ice attack because it's blue.
Right.
When it's called Petite Fire, it's a lot clearer that it's a fire attack.
Right, it's just a blue flame.
Because there are episodes where he will hit something with his attack and whatever he hit will burst into fire. And I remember people, when I was a kid, being like, why does the ice attack make things set on fire? It's because it was never supposed to be.
Because it's Twin Rover.
That's not how that worked either. I guess that's it. That's the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
That's all the changes that I cared about.
But what about a legacy?
I don't know if there's a legacy for this episode specifically that I can think of. I mean, I guess this episode gets adapted into one of the chapters of the Digimon Adventure game in the future.
Cool.
Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Yeah.
If you would like to join more, harder than you have before, you can head to patreon.com/Super Breakfast Friends Club, and you can join our paid members, Mark Kelly, Jamie Core, and our Club Mesmeron, Eugene Lattic.
You too can be a weird freak like these people.
How do you think they feel about us calling them weird freaks every week? Let us know.
I have yet to hear a complaint.
I haven't heard a complaint or what's the opposite of a complaint?
Nothing in the affirmative or the negative.
Yeah, just radio silence on the freaks and weirdos comments. Have your say. Weigh in.
And then I'll ignore it.
I am Skull Pirate Mike, and you can find me on twitch.tv. I've been, the last couple episodes, I've been saying what Simpsons game I'm up to in my marathon of Simpsons games right now. And then I realized we were recording early, so whenever I said that, I was like way off from what I was actually playing at the time, by the time the episode came out.
Good job.
So I'm not going to say it now, but I'm presuming that my Simpsons marathon is still ongoing. And I'm on the 3D games now, probably.
I thought for sure you were going to call yourself Skull Pirate Mon.
Skull Pirate Mon. That should be a real one, but I don't think it is.
I mean, there's a Skull Scorpion Mon, so...
No, when I search for Skull Pirate Mon, all I get is myself on Twitch.
Boo!
Well... Bye! I didn't give you any chance to plug what you're doing.
No, you didn't even give me a chance to talk about all the things I do online all the time.
Well, take your time now.
I am not there.